Today we're making my 8 favorite, most useful and delicious dressings of all time, to use on salads, roasted or raw vegetables, and vegan delicacies like chicken. I also need your help coming up with a name for my favorite of favorites, this zingy, fragrant green number. Hey little green one, what's your name? A dressing has no name. We start simple but extremely useful. And yes, you do want to make this yourself. Into a saucepan goes balsamic vinegar. Don't go and buy the fanciest one out there, please. To that we add a touch of water, followed by some juniper berries, star anise, coriander seeds. Optional but extremely necessary, a bay leaf. Finally, we add some brown sugar. All this should weigh 740 grams. We will reduce it to 340 grams. If you don't have scales, get some. Link in description. Bring it all to a healthy simmer using your preferred heat source. Once your new best friend is done, of course, weigh it. Or, if you like to live dangerously, eyeball it. It should be slightly thicker, yet still fluid. Strain it through a tiny sieve into your favorite container. Get rid of the stuff in the sieve. Let it cool in the fridge, while throwing together a delicious little everyday, all-day salad. This stuff goes good pretty much on any salad, but this is my big love. Get rid of the base or grow another salad from it. Of course, always wash your salad well to avoid death. If you're using romaine or cos lettuce, then the center crunchy bits are the best. Next, you grab a few crispy cucumbers and slice them indiscriminately chunky. Get rid of the ends, of course. On the cucumbers go. Grab a few pieces of cooked chicken thigh. Thighs are recommended because it has more sexy. Knife it up and in that goes. Next, you open up an earth-destroying vegan avo. On it goes and spread it out. Season it up with salt and pepper. An overly healthy amount of good olive oil, followed by your BBF. I'll eat for you with pleasure. And the big bite it is, even two. Delicious! But my actual favorite way of eating this is something much simpler. A load of olive oil, add a load of reduction, season it up, grab some bread, dip it in and get nasty. Get even nastier by dipping it into some Egyptian dukkha, or however you want to say it. Recipe in description. It's a secret little treat enjoyed by the gods. Next we have our special guest's favorite. Honey mustard. In goes moutarde Dijon, honey bunny. Mild flavor honeys works best. In goes white wine or apple cider vinegar, a touch of salt. Like most of the dressings today, we will use a hand blender. Blend till smooth, then slowly but steadily add sunflower oil while blending to keep it all emulsified. Your favorite bit of olive oil, and finally just a touch of water. One more blending and we're done. Smooth as you like and perfectly emulsified. Now look at that. Might put some on my bald head. But before that, let's serve it with our family favorite. Cured salmon, which of course I've got a video for on this channel. Put it on a plate or a wooden board, depending on your mood. Little cheek of sour citrus. Few capers here and there. A little piece of circumference stretcher. Salty, peppery, plenty of honey mustard. Squeeze of citrus. Good stuff onto the stretcher. And into the mouth hole she goes. Next, my summer favorite, mint dressing. In goes a load of picked mint leaves, sunflower or another neutral oil, a touch of olive oil, a bit of salt, the mildest honey you can find, agave or maple syrup also works great, lemon zest. By the way, zest it any way you want, both ways work fine. Juice it through a juicer or squeeze it through a little sieve, unless you want to be the pot plant for your lemon tree. Blend it until smooth. If you're a pro chef, add 0.2 grams of xanthan gum to stabilize it. For the rest, just into your favorite container and into the fridge it goes. I preferred having this one with a fried halloumi salad of some sorts. So, hot pan, neutral oil, dip the cheese in a bit of flour and shake off the excess. Fry both sides until golden brown and oh so sexy all over. As you can tell, I like simple green things like cucumber and avo, and some crunchy leaves. Add the squeaky melty cheese, generously dressed with your minty-licious saucy. Remember that dukkha we dipped the bread in? Now's a good time to sprinkle that on too. If you want to add some grapes, strawberries or watermelon, when sweet and in season, go ahead and do that. Huge bite for a huge mouth. Your new favorite salad, welcome. Let's have a sip on that. Now the big question, can we make a classic better? Of course we can. The mighty Caesar dressing. Right off the bat, we continue on our winning ways by making roasted garlic. Wrap it in foil, chuck it in the oven at 180 degrees Celsius or 356 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. When ready, it'll be softy, sweety and delicious. And not effective against vampires and stalkers, because the raw garlic flavor is gone, of course. Next, we're gonna boil 2 eggs for 4 minutes. Always start from boiling water and use room temperature eggs. Otherwise, tears will follow. When they're done, remove and chill down in ice cold water. Meanwhile, into a blender jug goes white wine vinegar, a touch of water, a bit of the old Worcestershire Saggy Saxonshire sauce, Dijon mustard, a few anchovies. Cut open the garlic, squeeze it out of there and into the mix. Peel the eggs fully, of course, and in they go too. Blend this base of gross looking, delicious stuff into a smooth, homogeneous liquid. Next is a case of slowly drizzling in some neutral oil like sunflower, while constantly blending to emulsify. Yes, Caesar dressing is actually a type of mayonnaise. Once the oil is all in, and you now have a beautiful boss level emulsion, season it with salt and pepper. It should not be as stiff as mayo, but rather smooth and slightly pourable. Runny would be the wrong word. Get that into your favorite Caesar storage container and store it in the fridge. Apart from throwing it onto a Caesar, it makes a killer dipping sauce. My favorite being quickly seared shrimps. Simply season with salt, pepper and a squeeze of lemon. Of course, if you're lazy, then just, finger lick and chicken nugget it. Make sure to get an 18 piece all to yourself though. Dippity dippity dip, big bites and heaps of flavor all around. Don't think too much, otherwise your brain will hurt. Just let it slide and have a jolly old time. Next is a dressing for all occasions. Gremolata. Bunch and roughly chop up some washed parsley. You can keep the soft stalks on but remove the main tough ones. Into a jug it goes with some neutral oil. Olive oil, touch of optional sugar for balance, lemon juice and non-negotiable lemon zest. Now traditionally fresh garlic is used, but of course we want it better, so we use baked garlic instead. Blend that all into a nice smooth green sauce. Season with salt and pepper. Give it a taste and adjust the zing to your taste by adding lemon juice. Into your favorite container and into the fridge. My favorite with gremolata is roasted or barbecued cabbage. Young cabbage works best. In this case, heat a pan with neutral oil. Season generously with salt. Get a nice, dark, caramelized color on your cabbage. Move it around carefully, but often, to brown evenly. Finish it in the oven at 200 degrees Celsius or 392 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 to 20 minutes. When done, it should be soft, sweet and roasty toasty. Lovingly cover with gremolata. Finish it off with some thinly shaved pecorino romano or parmigiano reggiano. Get in there, get messy, get surprised and get a happy mouthhole before we move to adult zone only. Unless of course you're a kid with good taste. Blue cheese dressing. Some of you might run for the hills, so feel free to skip through the chapters. No time to waste. Into a blender goes blue cheese broken up in little bits. Roasted garlic makes an appearance again. Moutarde Dijon, white wine vinegar, sunflower oil, olive oil, lemon juice, and a few old socks. Before blending into delicious, creamy sauce. Depending on the cheese, you might need to add a touch of water to thin it out a touch. It should be a thick yet pourable consistency, similar to our Caesar dressing. Season with salt, pepper, touch of lemon juice, taste it and make sure you like it before storing in your favorite container in the fridge. I like having this simply with a few nice crunchy crudités. Raw vegetables to us normal folks. Also, great on salad with steamed broccoli and cauliflower. Couple of crunchy seasonal cucumbers, straight from the garden of course. Loop that thing up with a generous amount of sauce. Season it with salt and pepper, and if you want, I highly recommend it, add some toasted sunflower seeds, linseeds and pumpkin seeds. Beautiful with a chilled sip of fermented grape juice. Enjoy and be happy before moving along to one of my favorite dressings to use on most things. Rosemary dressing. Into our jug goes rinsed rosemary leaves, stripped off the stalk of course, roasted garlic, Dijon, brown sugar, salt, neutral oil like sunflower or grapeseed, olive oil straight from Pinocchio's farm, and a fresh squeeze of lemon juice. Preferably without the pips. In goes Mr. Blender Head, and give it a good blending so the ingredients get to know each other a bit better. Add a touch of water and blend once more, until you have a smooth, homogeneous little dressing like so. It'll smell incredible, and of course, like those before it, into your favorite container and into the fridge it goes. Salad-wise, you can use it on whatever you want. Like always, I love a simple mix of fresh greens. Roasted pumpkin or sweet potato, cold roasted beef or duck breast, maybe some chicken if you're vegan, grinding of salt, grinding of pepper, a generous but not stupid amount of dressing. And finish it off with a little bit of thinly shaved Parmigiano Reggiano. Load up a fork, open your mouth hole, and taste how you're becoming a king chef. And generally, just have a good time and take it easy. Which of course brings us to my little nameless orphan of mint chutney and mojo verde descent. Start by coring and disrespectfully dicing a Granny Smith apple. Chunky bits are good, it's just to help your blender along. Set aside, then take a well-washed piece of ginger, skin on, and choppity-chop into little pieces. Green chili is next, and depending on your love for your own stomachrectiness, use as many or little or hot or not as you wish. Soap leaves, otherwise known as cilantro or coriander leaves, gets a thorough washing, then a thorough chopping, stalks and all. Fresh mint leaves joins the party. Of course, it's best to use fresh, otherwise it's gonna taste cock. Exception, a little piece of fresh young garlic, or, if you want, use the roasted stuff we made earlier. Roasted, unsalted cashew nuts. Roast them yourself or buy them, but important for flavor that it's the roasty ones. Bruise a lime by rolling its face on the table. Cut it in half and ooh, oh my! I haven't seen one that wet for quite a while. Into a blender all that chopped stuff goes. Brown sugar, add a touch of salt, follow up with a wet squirting lime juice. And the very non-optional compulsory ingredient called fenugreek leaves or kasuri methi. A touch of water, stolen from poor folks and sold to me for a profit of course. Lid on and let the spinning begin. Blend until completely homogeneous and basically smooth. Let me know what you want to name this down in the comments though. We'll run a poll and decide the winner. Who knows, maybe I buy you a Tesla when I'm rich. For now, just eat this stuff with some crunchy veggies. But amazing on anything you put it on really. Now don't miss watching this video right here, right now, which will show you how to make an ancient Italian sauce for all things. And as usual, thanks for watching. Until next time, love you long time, bye bye!